the old man who loves his sports and he won't shut up, but he knows his stuff. Every day on the back, find out.
Hey, this is Ask Opa's podcast. I'm Opa, and I'm talking to you live from Las Vegas. I'm here to tell you about the game I'm going to be watching in about 2 hours from now. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Looking forward to the game. It's a beautiful day here in Vegas. My wife here is with me at the game, and we're going to have a great time. Go Eagles! Sorry, Chiefs fans. Out, Opa out. I'm here on my podcast show from Las Vegas. I came down here to watch the game and visit with some people from all over. I just met this guy, Mike. He's from, where are you from? Arizona. And he's here to tell me why he came to Vegas to watch the game. So tell me the story, bud.
We've been coming for 30 years. Group of buddies, 15, 20 guys, come down every year for Super Bowl, watch the Super Bowl here in Vegas.
Wow. It's got to be exciting. 30 years you guys been doing this?
30 years.
And this year you believe Kansas City's going to win the Super Bowl.
You can't bet against Mahomes. That's what we believe.
But come on.
So
Saquon Barkley, how do you go against him?
you can't go against Mahomes. Like we said, Mahomes is a new Brady. We bet against Brady, we lost our ass. So then at the end, we'd always go with Brady. You can't go against Mahomes.
Okay.
You can't count the guy out.
Now, I've been interviewing all these people here in Vegas, talking to them, and I got a whole bunch of people think Philadelphia's going to win this game because they don't like Kansas City. How do you feel about that?
I'd rather take KC and lose, and I can live with myself, than take Philadelphia and lose. And then I'm going to say, what the hell? What am I betting against Mahomes? Got to go with Mahomes.
Awesome. Love the interview. Thanks a lot, Mike. I appreciate you coming.
Let's go, Kansas City, baby!
Guys, we got KC fans. Come on in.
Yeah!
Come on! Way to go, guys. I'm here in Vegas now. We're halftime at the game. It's been pretty good. It's all Philadelphia's way, but Mahomes is a great quarterback. He could make the comeback. I met these two guys. First, I got a Philadelphia fan name. What's your name?
I'm not a Philadelphia fan, but my name's Jeff.
Jeff? But he's wearing a jersey.
Just,
Okay. I got a Kansas City guy here. What's your name?
My name is Paul, and I am not a Kansas City fan.
Oh, okay. So I got two guys came here. What made you guys come to Vegas?
we both grew up in Minnesota, and we lived there, and we basically, I bet on the Eagles, but I'm a Vikings fan.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're both Vikings fans from Minnesota. We come out to Vegas fairly frequently, about like every month or every 2 months. We love football, and we love wearing jerseys of the teams that are playing. This is an Elvis Gerbach. And like you got to wear an Elvis Gerbach if you have an Elvis Gerbach.
I got a Namdi Osmo jersey on. I just find it hilarious because he was a terrible free agent signing from the Eagles. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I bet
you
on
got
the
that?
Eagles.
Yeah.
We love the Vikings, but I bet on the Eagles, and I bet significantly on them.
So, let me interrupt you guys for a second. First of all, this is awesome, meeting two guys. I've never met these guys before, but now I'm going to tell you something. This is trash in my opinion. Because how dare these guys, I'm a diehard Vikings fan, how dare they put on another team's jersey in my viewpoint, and they just told me they're not Philadelphia or Kansas City fan,
not at all.
and I'm a Vikings fan, I would never put on another jersey. So I don't know why these guys are doing this.
Hey,
What's the matter with you guys?
Hey, we were out here for the divisional round. I had my Jeff George Vikings jersey on, and they
Yeah.
fucked me in the ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had my Vikings jersey on too when they played the Rams and they screwed us over. So
Okay, but you never give up. 50 years I've been a Vikings fan. Fran Tarkin all the way to now. And I can't believe I'm hearing this stuff still. You never wear another team's jersey if you're a true fan. But, you know what?
Unless it's funny.
Hold on. But guys, I want to say thank you.
Yeah, I do have a Mark
Hold
Tremoro
on.
Packers jersey.
Hold on. I think this is awesome. I appreciate you doing this. This is Ask Opa. Check my podcast out. My two guys I met here in Vegas. I hope you guys have a great time. This is Opa, and I'm out.
Go Eagles!
Here's the old man who loves his sports and he won't shut up, but he knows his stuff. Every day
Hey,
on the
this
back,
is Opa from Ask Opa. Back now from Vegas. I know you guys just watched my video clips that I did when I was in Vegas. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Got to watch a great football game. Saw a lot of sights when I was down in Vegas. got to play some poker and enjoy it all around. The weather was beautiful. We had a good time. Yeah, football season. It's done. You guys all saw the game. I thought Kansas City played well, but they didn't go after it. They went all to get Saquon Barkley. They left the game wide open on the other side, and Jalen Hurts, he picked them apart. First half, I thought Philadelphia just dominated the play. You could see why. And I thought Mahomes was a little bit off his game, threw a couple interceptions. I usually don't see that on Mahomes, but it was a good game. And most of the fans were picking Philadelphia. Sorry, Kansas City, just wasn't meant to be for the three-peat. But it was a great game, and the season's over now. Football's done. Can't talk much about it no more. I do have my Vikings making some big decisions in the offseason. We've got quarterback issues we've got to figure out. We got to decide if we're going to keep our running back. And, yeah, it's going to be an interesting offseason. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll figure it out. While I was down there, I got to play in the World Series of Poker venue where they have it. And I'm going to be down there in July, hopefully, entering the World Series of Poker. I do enjoy the game. I like it a lot. I had a lot of fun. Lost a bit. I was worried my wife was going to kill me, but I wound up winning a bit back. So that was really good. Got my money back. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's going to be an amazing adventure in July when I go down. There's like 1,500 people playing in the World Series. I'm going to give it the best shot I can. I got lots of practice playing poker. I have a bunch of buddies named the Stable of Donkeys. We get together once a month. We have our little tournaments. And they're good practice for me, and we have a lot of fun. The guys are great. We all get along, and it's not too bad. Wife lets me get out of the house once in a while, which I appreciate. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the videos that you got to watch. We'll be back in a little bit, and we're going to talk Montreal Canadiens. We're going to talk about the NHL, the tournament of the 4 teams. Sweden last night played Canada. It was an exciting game. I enjoyed it. Crosby looks fantastic. He's really looking good. So I do like that. I still feel the Americans got the best in the goaltending aspect. Canada look a little weak on the goaltending. But the Americans, Connor Hellebuck is a hell of a goalie. So we're going to see. It's going to be a tough game. But Canada won the first game. So that's a good start for them. So we'll talk hockey when I get back. We'll talk about my Montreal Canadiens and the rest of the show. Okay.
Here's the old man who loves his sports and he won't shut up, but he knows his stuff. Every day
I'm back, and let's talk NHL hockey. We got the Four Nations Cup going on right now. We got a lot of guys from all different teams playing in the tournament. Canada looks really good, as I've said before. Crosby looks amazing. Nathan MacKinnon, he's my favorite hockey player there is out there. He's really looking good. I predict him to win the NHL Player of the Year again. He should have that. It'll be a tight race again. Connor does look good, but I like Nathan MacKinnon. I just think he's an amazing hockey player. Nations Cup is interesting. Haven't seen this for a while with 4 teams just coming together, except for like Olympics and stuff like that. So it's going to be really exciting to see. I feel sometimes it adrenalizes players, makes them get back. When they get back, they're into their teams and they're all jacked up if they've won the tournament or something like that. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good players. My team, Montreal Canadiens, we have our goaltender. He's a third backup on the Canada team. We've got Patrick Laine playing, and we got a couple players playing. I was disappointed to see Cole Caulfield wasn't on the team. Disappointing. I thought he should have made the team. He's having a good season this year, but that's okay. Montreal struggling. We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down. We're having a lot of problems this year, but I'm still hoping that they're going to have a comeback time in the second half of the season. They'll come back. They'll play a little better. They got a good young goaltender. I hope you guys all check him out. He's very good. What else to say about the NHL? I don't know. Sometimes I got friends of relatives of mine in Toronto. They believe in these Maple Leafs. I don't know why. Every year it's the same old thing. They look good throughout the regular season, and they choke in the playoffs, like always. So there's no faith in Toronto, I'll tell you that right now. Oilers, well, my opinion, Oilers, Skinner, he's never going to get you that Stanley Cup. I don't mind Connor. I think he's a great player, probably the best skilled player in the world. Not my favorite again, but he is great. They have a good offensive team. But I just don't see Canada winning that Stanley Cup again. And it's our trophy. So it's a sad thing to see that we can't get our trophy back. If you're asking me who looks odds-on favorites to win, I do like Florida again. I think they look good. Well, Winnipeg is the team from Canada. I think that everybody believes in more so because of Connor Hellebuck. He is an amazing goaltender. I remember we used to have a great goaltender in Patrick Waugh and Carey Price. We've had our names of goalies, but right now we're struggling. But I got to admit, Connor Hellebuck looks really good. He's a great goaltender. He's got good defense. The team's playing well. Offense is scoring, everything. So I think if we have any chance for Canada to bring back the Stanley Cup, I'm thinking it's Winnipeg. I personally do not want to see Edmonton win because I'm not a fan of them, or Calgary. Basically, I hate Toronto, so I'm telling you guys right now, as a Montreal fan, you could expect that I'm a big fan of the Montreal Canadiens, and I don't like Toronto Maple Leafs. But there's a lot of good players out there. We're going to have a show in about probably 2-3 weeks. I'm going to be bringing out my son-in-law, or my stepson, I should say. He's a WHL linesman. He's been doing it for 20 years. We're going to talk about some players that he's reffed. Nathan McKinnon and other guys, Seth Jones, let's see, Brendan Gallagher. So he's done a lot of players in the last 20 years that have made it big in the NHL. And I'm going to have him here and do some commentating, talk to me about how the game has changed in the 20 years he's been as a linesman. The WHL is an exciting league that produces players to go to the NHL. So he gets to see a lot of these guys make that step just before they're going to make the NHL. As for the NHL, again, I do see Tampa Bay Lightning. They got a shot again. They're looking good. Boston's a little bit disappointing this year. I've seen them better. They don't look as good as they have in the past. So that'll be interesting to see how they do going into it. Otherwise, like I said, I think Nathan McKinnon will win the scoring title. Connor Hellebuck will win the goaltending title. We got a chance with the Canucks. My wife's a big Canucks fan, and Quinn Hughes got a chance to be the best defenseman again. He's had a rough season already because he's been injured, but he should come back and play well again. He's a great player. I got to give him that. He's a defenseman. And I'm not a fan of the Vancouver Canucks, but I got to say, Montreal Canadiens are my team, and I do love them. I've been a fan of theirs for 50 years, ever since I came to Canada, and I love Montreal. My favorite player, Yvon Cornway. Number 12, the Roadrunner. Oh, used to thrill me all the time. Used to thought, that's the guy I'd like to, if I was an NHL player, that's who I'd want to be, the Roadrunner, Yvon Cornway. I do like Montreal, other players too, Guy Lafleur, all the guys from the past. They've had some good new players too. Patrick Waugh, amazing goaltender when he played for Montreal. He's fantastic. Sad to see him go when he left to go to Colorado, but I don't blame him for why he left, which you guys all know about. Bad situation that they let Mario Tremblay do the stuff that he was doing there while Patrick was still in net. Otherwise, that guy would have retired as the greatest Montreal goalie of all time. But things have to change. So he get on to another team. He did well. He's always been my favorite goalie, and he always will be. Patrick Waugh is just amazing. And by the way, he did win last year. He won with the Quebec, I think it was last year or the year before. He won with the Quebec Ramparts, the Memorial Cup. Then he got picked up by the Islanders to be a head coach. I thought he was eventually going to go to Montreal, but we've got Martin St. Louis. He's a good coach, a little quieter, not as talkative, and doesn't get into the players as much as Patrick Waugh does. But he's trying his best. Hopefully he'll do well, get us into the playoffs. I really want to see him do well. I think he's a good player. The team's got good players, and they're young, so they just can learn. If they get together, they could be a better team. They take too many penalties, and I want to change that in them. So, otherwise, in the Nations Cup, I really feel Canada's going to do well against USA, probably in the finals. Go Canada! And that's about it for Hockey Talk today. I mean, we'll get back to it after. We'll talk with my stepson, Ron, get his viewpoint about the NHL, the way it's going. And we'll come right back, and we're going to talk some basketball because I do love my Golden State Warriors. So we'll talk about Steph Curry, some big trades that were made in the NBA, and we'll be right back.
Here's the old man who loves his sports, and he won't shut up, but he knows his stuff. Every day on the
Okay, I'm back again, and now we're going to talk some basketball. You guys, I'm not a big basketball fan. I do follow it. Golden State Warriors, that's my team. Steph Curry, my opinion, probably the greatest basketball player right now playing. I do like him better than LeBron James. I do have arguments with other people. In a couple weeks, when I go live, you could phone in and we'll talk about the difference between LeBron and Steph Curry. I just know I feel Steph's the man. I love him. He's a great player. Loyalty to one team. He hasn't never left. I like that. They picked up a great player. They got the guy from Miami. I always forget his name. I'm not good with the basketball names, but I do know right now a Canadian leading the NBA and voting for MVP right now. Gilgeous Alexander, awesome player, really good. Him, Murray, we got some really good players in Canada. You guys have all known about Steve Nash. Now we got Gilgeous Alexander. He's amazing. This guy is just an amazing basketball player. I think the trades were interesting. Anthony Edwards, I believe it was, went to the Dallas Mavericks. Didn't like that one. Thought he should have stayed in LA. Now Doncic is with the LA Lakers. I don't think that's going to work, to be honest, between him and LeBron. I think they both want the ball maybe too much. And I'm not a fan of the Lakers. I was a fan of the Lakers when Kobe Bryant was there. I loved Kobe Bryant. To me, he's probably the second greatest Laker to ever play the game. Him and Magic Johnson. Magic was my man. I did love Kareem. I'm old school. That's why I'm an Opa, grandfather style. I watched the days of Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson versus Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, all the great players. I think the game has changed a lot. It's not the same game now. The three-point game has kind of taken over a lot. Instead, in the old days, it was kind of 50-50. The centers were a very important part of the game. Now I don't find them as important as the other guys. The shooting guards and all that seem to be taking over this game. But the old NBA was amazing to watch. I used to love watching the Lakers versus the Celtics play. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and then comes Michael Jordan. To me, greatest player of all time. I am sick of people saying LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. Number one, loyalty again. Michael stuck with Chicago all the way. Yes, he did finish off his career with another team just to give them some notoriety, try to get him up there. And he was owner of that team and everything. But he is a diehard Chicago Bull. He will always say it. He will always know that he was and forever is recognized as a Chicago Bull. I loved him. I thought he was amazing. He is the greatest basketball player ever to play the game. Steph, he's right there. He's coming up. He's being loyal to his team. I love loyalty. I'm a guy that's loyal. I stick to one team no matter what happens. I've been a Montreal Canadiens fan 50 years. I've been a Montreal Canadiens. I've been a Toronto Blue Jays fan my whole life and a Minnesota Vikings. I stick to my teams. I don't believe you jump ship. If you're a player watcher and you love a player, that's fine. I respect that if you don't say you have any team and anything. But if you cheer for one team and then you jump just because that team's not doing well, that doesn't fall with me, okay? I don't like that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to talk to guys like that because you're just a jumper and nobody likes a jumper. I'm sorry. No, I'm loyal. I'll stick to it. Golden State, I followed them about now for 5-6 years. I do remember when Chris Mullin was with the team, but I've always been a fan of Steph. And Steph plays on Golden State Warriors, so I chose Golden State. I love the Warriors. They're a great team, but they've needed players. Now they picked up the guy from Miami. I wish I could get his name again. I'm a little off. I'll get my producer to give me that name, and I'll get it back to you on the next spot when we get back from a break. But Golden State has a chance. They need to play really good. They got to do the right things to get into the playoffs. Right now they're struggling at 500, but I believe in them. And I believe in Steph Curry. He's going to do it. Oh, what else can I say about basketball? But I do enjoy the sport. I watch it a lot as much as I can. It falls in with the NHL hockey, so I've got hockey and basketball going at the same time, usually late at night. But weekends, of course, that's my golf. I love my golf on the weekends, and I can watch that during the day, and then I get my sports, my hockey and basketball in the evenings. The All-Star game for the NBA should be coming up pretty soon. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I always like the slam dunk competition. I do enjoy the three-point. Last year, Steph Curry against that one lady WNBA player. That was a great thing. I thought that was neat, kind of having those two shoot against each other, 3-on-3. What else can I say about the All-Star game? It gets a little funny when they just allow basically guys are running up and slam dunking it and everything. So the defensive aspect of the game is not much. I think they ought to change that or do something to make that game way more exciting. It should be a good season. We'll be talking about it down the road a bit more when it gets closer to playoffs right now. But go Golden State. Let's see them do it, okay? Come on, Steph. I know you can pull it out for me. I'll be excited. I'll be out there cheering you every game, making sure you make the playoffs. And if you do, bring home one more title. Come on, bring home the title for Golden State.
Here's the old man who loves his sports and he won't shut up, but he knows his stuff. Every day
I'm back. It's Opa. So, first of all, Jimmy Butler. That's my guy. He came from Miami. Didn't like it. Him and Pat Riley got into some problems. Jimmy wanted out of there. He didn't think Miami was the team he wanted to be with anymore. And we got him in Golden State. Jimmy Butler's an amazing basketball player. So I'm hoping he helps Steph Curry get all the way. So, sorry, Jimmy, for getting your name. It's pretty bad. I'm supposed to be a good fan of Golden State, and I should have remembered your name. So I apologize, Jimmy, wherever you are, okay? So, getting on to another subject. Let's talk golf. I'm excited. I love golf. Basically, soccer was my life when I was a young kid. I played at a high level. But your years go by, and all the sports you get to do kind of start dwindling more and more. And then I discovered golf. I love golf. I play 3 to 4 times a week. I'm a member of the Chilliwack Golf and Country Club. I love it. Hi to all my buddies out there. Go Chilliwack Country Club. I love we've done some work on the golf course. It's going to be a premier golf course. And we always talk sports when I golf. I love that. How could you not? You get to play around a golf, beautiful weather, hit a golf ball and talk sports in between your shots. It's a lot of fun. So this year is going to be an interesting year. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy. Rory's my guy. I wish and dream he can win the Grand Slam. He only needs that Masters. Come on, Rory. You just got to get it together. I saw you already win this year once. I think you're going to have a tough week this week. You're playing against Scotty for the first time, 1 and 2. I'm not sure if Xander Schauffele's playing this week, but if he is, that's the number 2 player. I think Rory's right now 3, though. Number 3 in the world, and Scotty's number 1. Xander's number 2. But I believe it's Rory versus Scotty. It's a big game. International Rory, USA, Scotty Scheffler. They got their first matchup this year against each other, so that's going to be interesting this weekend. I'll be watching golf to see how it goes. My game is getting better. I did have surgery on my shoulder. It took me from being about a 12 handicap all the way up to about a 24 right now, trying to get my game back. Working hard at it. I play against my brother all the time, and he usually beats me right now. Usually we go head to head, but I just haven't been playing that good right now. Got some new clubs. I'm a Mizuno guy and Ping. I got Ping driver, Mizuno irons, but I love the game. It's so fun. I don't care if I'm hitting a 120 score or I'm hitting a 72 score. I enjoy the game. I love it. I get my fresh air out there. And if you notice on the screen, I got a belly. I haven't played a lot of golf right now, and I've also had some injuries, so it's taken me out, and I've been gaining a bit too much weight. I need to lose that to get better on the golf course and better for myself, too. Can't have a fat Opa. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. I got grandchildren I got to run after being Opa and following them around, and you know what? It's killing me with this weight, so I do got to lose weight. And golf is great. I get my steps in, I swing, I get my exercise in, and I love the game. So it works in hand for me. My wife, she's a golfer, doesn't play that much, but she does try to come out once in a while with me, and I love that. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting golf season. Greatest of all time, of course, is Jack Nicklaus. My favorite golfer of all time, Payne Stewart. Love Payne. I love the little way he wore his knickers. I thought he wore just amazing outfits, but he was an amazing golfer. Won the U.S. Open a couple times, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Payne Stewart is my guy. I have a picture of him, which I'll show you down the road on one of the shows. I'll show you my picture of Payne Stewart. Of course, Jack and Tiger, the 2 greatest. I don't think Tiger's ever going to make a comeback anymore. I think he's done. I think he'll compete, but I don't think he's ever going to win another event, either on the circuit, on the PGA circuit, or a major. He might think he does have a chance. I don't. So Tiger, keep trying, whatever. But Rory, come on, buddy. Win the Masters. Jordan Spieth, I think he's out. I think he's only missing the U.S. Open. If he wins the U.S. Open, he's got his Grand Slam. But come on, Rory. We need you to do it. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year of golf. I'm hoping the weather gets better and I can get back out there. And then I'll be talking about my golf game with you guys and lots of other. Chilliwack Country Club is a great golf course. It's walkable for a guy like me. I got bad knees, so I like to walk the course. Ledgeview is a course located near me, but it's got massive hills. I die on that course. I need the cart every time, and I really don't want to use a cart. I love walking out there, playing the game, and having a great time. So it's been another interesting show. I know we've talked a lot more today, and we're going to talk lots more in the future. I'm still getting used to this whole new show aspect and trying to do my podcast. So excuse me if I make a lot of errors right now. I am trying to get better and better. Hopefully, I'm going to do really good. I'm looking for a side partner. So if anybody knows of a side partner wants to come along and join me on my show as my co-host, definitely looking for one like that. I love to talk sports, and we can go on to any other sports too. We can talk baseball, we can talk football, we can talk anything you want. It's going to be Ask Opa, and that's why I called it that, because eventually I want fans to phone in, ask me questions about what I think about certain teams and certain players and all that. I am looking forward to the Blue Jays coming up this season. It's going to be exciting. Please, Blue Jays, sign Vladdy Guerrero. Quit waiting, okay? If you're hearing me right now there, general manager, sign the guy. He's great, okay? It's our only chance. I don't know what's going to Scherzer. We just signed him. I think personally he's an old man, so I don't know why we signed him, but if he's got his stuff, Max can play as good as he has before, we might have a chance to win some games with him. So baseball will be fun again. I always cheer for the Blue Jays, whether they do bad or good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. By the way, I got some cousins of mine that are connected to my wife and I, and they're in Toronto. I got two young boys that I know, their sons, Mateo and Gabriel. Fantastic young hockey players. Going to be stars one day, guaranteed, right? They got their talent. They're hustlers, hardworking kids. I could see them in the NHL one day. So that's it for Opa this week. I'll get back to you next week, and we'll be talking some more. And remember, I'm always wanting to have more viewers follow me and watch my show. I'm going to get better, I promise. You're going to laugh, you're going to love it, you're going to hate it, whatever, but please watch it, because I'm Ask Opa. That's my show. Okay? Signing out for today, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Busy old man who loves his sports, and he won't shut up, but he knows his stuff. Every day on the back, find out.